Why the frickin' hell is the song already over? I ain't ready to stream. Never claimed to be, frankly. Hold on, I'm making a tweet. You ever make a tweet? I made a few tweets. Ever retweeted something? I retweeted something today. I think it was a Mad Men thing, so that's very exciting. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing on my phone. Oh, you gotta click on the subscriptions tag to find it. And then you gotta click here. Oh my goodness gracious me. And then you gotta go here, and then you gotta type CHAT. Now they better be caps locked or you're in big trouble. And then you gotta send it, just like that. And then you gotta listen. I'm listening, and I can hear it. It's a little low, but is that because the volume's down? The volume ain't down. Is the volume low? What's going on around here? Seems to be pretty high. So I'm gonna say. Oh my goodness, look at this. Hold on, I gotta take this fucking thing off. Oh, I didn't put the shitty thingy in the Discord yet. Everybody hold on, There's no rush, frankly. Now, they're kind of... Well, actually, there isn't, because I don't got nothing to talk about. Well, I got some things to talk about. But I did record a full Mad Men video before this, so, there's a little bit less battery than usual, so no big deal. Yeah, I'm busy. And oh my goodness, I took the thing up. Look, I switched this back to horizontal mode. That's what was wrong, okay? That's what was wrong last time, for the last few times since OBS updated. But don't worry, it looks good as new. And by new, I mean old. Oop, let's get this live chat up. That's a very important part of streaming. You don't want to have the top messages up. You'll miss all the good ones, as they say. Now we can minimize this. Oh my goodness, it's the same screen. Oh my god, did you like my Evangelion music? It was pretty epic, huh? Oh my god, I gotta see if the wheel will still pop up. Wheel.tools.something. Random wheel picker. We gotta edit the reel, of course. Yes, look, it is here. Shut up! Get this fucking thing off the screen. Sometimes it fake wheel spins. So actually, we have to update something. For, Mr. Gems has said that he does not want Gurren Lagann, even though he brings it up every freaking stream. What he wants instead to be on the wheel is Recreators, which is an anime where like a bunch of fictional characters come to life and fight in a city or something. At least that's what I understand it to be. And it's very cool and impressive, and everybody wants to watch it because the Black Lagoon mangaka did the character designs for that anime. So I knew about it since like 2017, but I never really thought about watching it too much. But here we go. Mr. Gems just loves it so much. In fact, Mr. Gems said it was like a 7 out of 10 that he thinks is a 9 out of 10 or something. I don't know what he was saying. But true, it was 2017. I'm so right. Anime action 1 season. We love action here. I'm a big fan of action. 6.9 on Prime Video and IMDb. Nothing's been better. Now let's click on the Wikipedia article. Stylized as Recreators is a Japanese anime television series produced by Troika. The series is about a high school student who becomes involved in a battle between several characters from manga, anime, and video games who somehow manifest in the real world. It aired from April to September and was exclusively streamed on... Does that mean it's 26 episodes? 22 episodes? My goodness, I didn't think the show had a plot. Now let's go Hiro, because that's the last name. Created by... What the hell? I thought he just did the character designs. He didn't... But he wrote the whole thing. This is crazy. So here he is. Original series concept is created by that, but there's the director who provided the original character designs. So, see, that's what I heard, right? Original story for the anime was published in the website under the titles Recreator Naked. Oh, sexy. Series of... Oh my god, Black Lagoon was there. Hold on. Oh, go back one. There you go. Ray Hiro resumes Black Lagoon manga in the spring. Works on original anime. This was back in 2016. That's crazy. When you want to read the great Black... Oh my goodness, spoilers for all the episodes. Anyway. Oh my god, Trip is here. Add 10 JJK wheel spaces. JJK is not on the... Should we consider JJK? Trip, I will say, you probably do get a slot. What I realized is who we're missing is CeeLo Pilled. Is a definite that we need to get the attention of CeeLo Pilled and tell him he has a spot on the wheel. Other than that, there's kind of 3, and Trip's been around a lot recently, so Trip, you might just get a suggestion. So if you seriously, out of all the things in the world, wanted to suggest Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess I'm not too against that. But, you know, think long and hard about this decision. You know, it's very impressive. Now, the next state after this is we spin it, I get something. Does the person whose thing get selected, do they get another one? Or does everybody have to choose a different one or something crazy like that? I feel like people will be pretty upset if they have to change it each time. But then that could be a cute thing of like, you don't get re-zero twice in a row, but your first and third and fifth picks could be re-zero, but not your first and second and third. I don't know. We'll figure it out after we actually spin the wheel. We just need to fill the wheel up. I've decided 8 will be the number, and we'll figure it out. Trip is Just try and think about it before the end of stream. What the frickin' hell? The tweet didn't post. Whoops, you already said that. Discard. Did it tweet or not? I don't think it tweeted. We can't not tweet the stream thingy. That's freaking crazy. Oh no, we did tweet it. Oh my god, let's go through the tweets. Oh my god, this is a fantastic Mad Men moment. Everybody shut up.
Anywhere.
No.
Silly Beth.
Just a minute.
What do you want?
Nothing. You came over to me.
You opened the door.
Ah, terrific. And there were a bunch of funny, because, I don't know, I'm seeing a lot of Mad Men things on Twitter recently. I don't know if it's just because it went to HBO Max or it's the most popular show of all time now, which is good for me because, as I said, I recorded a full Mad Men video script before I was streaming here this evening. Next to The Sopranos. The Sopranos fucking sucks. Get over it. But I've seen a bunch of tweets, and there were some funny retweets. Like if we view quotes, which, you know, you can do on Twitter, you know. True, I saw this one. I saw this one. I didn't see this one. Oh, actually, I think I did see that one yesterday. True, this guy talking about how he stares into the sun, that was pretty funny. Everybody stares into the sun. Quit pretending like we don't. But, you know, Mad Men Twitter discourse. I'm sure it'll be terrific forever. Announcing a stream. Oh my god, we finished Revolutionary Girl Utena, the TV series. We talked about all my great documentaries last time. And I went to the theater to experience the drama in HD. Or IMAX or something. I don't know what it was. It was on a big screen and I sat in a chair. We'll talk about that stuff later. And then we have a Wheel Live. So maybe we'll talk about that shit right now. Now, it's important, Trip, if you're still thinking. You can suggest movies here. They don't have to be series or anything like that. There's a million possibilities. Do we have any, like... There were some other things. There was, like, weird Chibi Reviews drama where I'm pretty sure it was an AI image of a guy threatening to dig up his dead brother's corpse or something to make fun of him for jerking off to lollies or something. That was pretty funny. What video did I accidentally add to the 2014 playlist? And how often have I been doing this? So let's go. First of all, let's look at all these great 2014 video essays that we never watched. And by 2014, I mean 2024. I wish it was still 2014. That I would still be young. How do you fucking sort... Oh, I can't because I'm on this fucking account. And this account didn't create this playlist, so I can't reorganize it. 2023, we got 3,000. Oh my god, that's that Mappa video, the slave one, that Elite RE conceded to and said it was correct about everything, so that was crazy. Like, can I even sort this one? This doesn't look like the most recent shit. This is not good. How will I ever know? Well, maybe it is the most recent shit, because I was adding everything to the wrong one. Oh, that was another thing. We got Revolutionary Girl Utena videos. I did watch some. I didn't really watch any thematic ones yet. So, oh yeah, I started watching this old Digibro video here, and it was kind of interesting, but then I didn't watch the whole thing because I was tired, and I went to bed. And right now, I'm doing the thing where I turn my computer off at the end of every night. I don't let it sleep, so that means all tabs must be closed before you go to bed. So, you know, I got rid of it. The Passion of Jewry. Why are they spelling it with an I? My subtitles spelled it with a Y. Some Utena stuff. What other ones did I watch? I watched a video ranking every jewel in Utena, but it was really dumb and not good. Obviously, the best duel in Utena is the last Toga one, because she cut a bunch of cars in half. It was kind of crazy. And then I did watch one that was trying to be analytical or something. Is Revolutionary Girl Utena still relevant? We've got communism in the background. That sounds epic. I'm trying to remember what the fuck I watched. But it was something. I can't remember what. Oh my god, the best scene in Revolutionary Girl Utner. It's the funny one where he's standing up like this and then he sits down at the end. Me and Alita already didn't even talk about this scene. I don't know, I watched some other video. It mustn't have been too good if I can't even frickin' remember it. But that is something we could possibly spend some time doing on stream this evening. We'll have to see how the cookie crumbles, how the night goes on. They really want me to watch my Crash Bandicoot gameplay guy play Nitro Kart. Look at this video game. We love Crash Nitro Kart. Better than the original, of course. Oh my god, Utna AMVs sounds crazy. I don't know this song though, so it can't be good. But let's just click on it for a second. Oh no, it did the thing where it zoomed in. Oh no, I did the thing where I tried to minimize it, but it... Okay, so the trick, and I remembered learning this, but I definitely forgot it the last time this happened, but you just use 2 fingers and then you can zoom out and in. But if you use 3 fingers, you get another window is going to pop up, so you got to be careful about certain things. Let's just watch the first 10 seconds. Let's see if there's some crazy edits or something going on. Utna out of context, it's just going to be the student council scenes over and over. Because, you know, those are wacky sometimes. Oh my god, it's the song. If it has movie footage, we got to delete the VOD. We're on YouTube now. Do you think they're going to fuck us for copyright? I'm trying to turn it down in my headphones. For a long, long time. Is it just the OP? What's going on? It's a slow one. I don't have time to watch a slow AMV right now. I want some crazy stuff. True. The Great Choo Choo. What would we do without the Great Choo Choo? Oh my god, WrestleMania stage rankings with the silly memes? WrestleMania 27 is what 2011 was. I mean, this one's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool entrance for it.
It was perfect.
You know, that WrestleMania 28 one is pretty good too. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Perfect.
Reminds me of WrestleMania 24 a little bit.
Everything, down to the
Except not really.
last minute
At all.
details.
Is this just going in order? What is this, a fucking Zoomer that was born in 2011 or some shit? They skipped all the best ones. This one is okay. I don't know if I like the thing above the ring and the dumb Empire State, whatever the fuck. That's not Empire State, that's the Liberty. This is the thing that Yoru was hiding in or something. The Statue of Liberty, that's what it's called. And this has got the goat clip here. It's certainly not the goat.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's there!
No.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Fake news,
The
not
goat!
true. Idiot
That's
opinion.
why he's the GOAT!
No, I hate this one. I hate this stupid Louisiana Stadium, Superdome or whatever it's called. It has a roof. That's lame.
The GOAT!
It was perfect.
Now this fucking one was pretty epic, bro. This San Francisco one, where it was just daylight the whole time. This one was pretty epic. It was really white. It was really cool. We like this one.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I mean, it's alright, like...
True, this one was kind of lame too.
It was perfect.
This one was a little much.
Perfect. Everything,
There was like a
down to
there was
the
like a
last
roller coaster.
minute details.
No, hideous, yuck.
Oh, yeah,
Let me guess, the COVID ones are gonna be bad.
baby!
This one we already saw.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
No, this is alright. It was just a massive screen, but it was kind of cool.
It's the biggest piece
True,
of dog
it
shit.
was COVID. 21 was whatever. Literally the least memorable one. 2022. Was this made in 2000? Oh, what is this? I don't remember this at all. That's the Cody one, right?
Yeah, baby!
It was perfect.
This one was pretty cool.
Perfect. Everything.
Wow. What a video. 33 and 29 has stood the assignment. Bro, 21 on the sun was absolutely amazing. True. 31 was the best one, you know. No biggie. Now, anyway, I think I was going back because there was something. Nope, we weren't going back. Oh, no, not the song. You know, this is not good. Not the song. We're going to get... Everybody loves jury over here. All the lesbians making jury analysis videos. What are we doing here? Let's just doom scroll shorts or stream. I mean, if we truly run out of things to do, we can always do that. Now, we got to talk about this movie I saw. Oh, did we get any comments on the Utna video yet? Just while we're on the subject. Well, I guess we're probably going to come back to the subject. Ordinary are really getting fucked over by that song Ordinary, huh? 23 hours ago, 30 views. Alito, you didn't tweet it, did he? My goodness. And the only comment is mine, which was actually pretty funny. If we unmute and we go back to the beginning.
Well, hello everyone. and
Why is bro
welcome
playing
to
the student council thing?
final Revolutionary Girl Utena TV series discussion.
What, he thinks he's cool or something?
And I say TV specifically because we're gonna have
No, he's not even freaking cool.
a movie that we're gonna do in either a week or two.
Me just speaking up out of turn. My goodness. Oh my god. Comment your best WrestleMania song. I don't have too much nostalgia for this one. You know, it was 2011, so I was already an adult at the time. It's okay. The next one, if we are also doing these in order from oldest, like from 8 years ago to now, which is lame, of course. All the best ones were probably before this time. That doesn't mean the 28 is the P. Diddy one, which is pretty funny. Also, definitely not the worst one. Oh, I vaguely remember this one. No, this one's terrible. We don't like fucking The Weeknd. Yeah, bro, I'm loving the vibes right now. Oh wait, this is the P. Diddy song too. Oh no, it is 29 that is the P. Diddy song. The 28 is the Flow Rider one. Also, these are all very recent picks. And My House is literally the worst song I've ever heard in my life. So this is dumb. It is just a recent one. I don't like this one at all either. This one's fucking terrible. No, it's not just the recent ones. Why the fuck? This is funny. This is some Zoomer kid who only likes the recent ones, but he's heard everybody talk about the 17 one, so he really had to include it to show that he knows ball. He knows game. And he got copyright clipped, so he's putting Fred Durst at 2 times speed over. True. Wait, is this even a Flow Rider song? Or was there just 2 songs I hear? They did do that a bunch. I'm trying to see what the comments have to say, and it's not even freaking loading. Does that mean the stream is fucking up? What's going on? No, don't click on Visual Boy Advance or whatever I replaced it with. Oh no, it's back and we're green. 27, 28 are the goats. True. Look at all these children coming of age and infecting comment sections. It's disgusting. WrestleMania 22 was the best one, where it was the big time song. It was Chicago and stuff. You kids don't know about Chicago. You kids don't know about WrestleMania 22. All you know about is WrestleMania 42, and it really shows right now. The Drama is a movie I went to the theaters to watch. Was it a funny viewing experience? A theater experience? Not really. It was all women except for me, and there was one boyfriend that got taken, and he left for the bathroom and came back half an hour later. So either that boy was taking a big old shit, or he was sick of this fucking movie and he wanted to leave. This is an A24 Zendaya movie, which had kissing in the trailer, so I said, challenges? So I had to go and see it. Now, the other thing about this movie is that, its script leaked on Reddit, something. Some people knew the twist. Maybe I'd heard the twist before. I didn't remember it going in. But it's it seems like a very traditional drama piece, and then something goes wrong, and the implication is there's some sort of crazy twist. There isn't a crazy twist. Spoiler alert. Also, this movie, I think, was probably only a 3.5 stars. This movie was not too interesting. It was very, simple and, plain. There was also a big issue where I needed to piss, of course. I always need to piss in the middle of a movie, so it's very difficult to try and choose when to piss. Now, also, this movie is pretty short. I'm pretty sure it's 105 minutes. And every scene was, progress. And it was just, they were having an argument, and each scene was progressing it. So I was like, oh, my God, what do I piss in? And then they started doing this funny exercise that people do, apparently. I've heard about it on places. Where they, pretend not to know each other and they think it's sexy or whatever. This sounds like terror. I don't like role-playing. It's pretty cringe, bro. So I thought this was lame, so I was like, this is kind of cringe. First of all, this movie has quite a bit of cringe. Not even in the, lovey cringe, but in, confrontational cringe stuff that I don't usually like either. But I went to piss when they were doing this scene, and then I came back and it was over. But the last scene of the movie is a callback to them pretending they didn't know each other. So, I don't, I feel like I have to see this whole movie again, because, what they were clearly intending to be the gut punch at the end was a callback to a scene I went to piss in. So I made the worst choice imaginable. When I went to piss. Did I piss? I feel like maybe I didn't piss in the Chainsaw Man movie. I remember pissing when I went to see Nosferatu with Alida Ari sitting next to me. And I went in some like Willem Dafoe scene. And then you can come back and say, what happened to Alida Ari? Or something. And he probably just said, shut up or something. He probably didn't tell me. Or said, nothing happened or something. Sit down. But I couldn't believe it. Like, I felt royally fucked because I went to piss in apparently the most pivotal part of the movie. And the ending didn't have any really emotional gut punch to me. It was honestly kind of like, it wasn't confusing, but it was like, oh. It felt flat and odd of a choice. And I'm like, well, I can't really judge this properly because I don't know if it really was flat because I didn't see the setup because I had to piss. And oh my god, it was literally like you couldn't have chosen a worse moment to piss, but I did it. So my goodness. Oh my god, let's look at these actors. Oh, I remember Mike. And is this his girlfriend? Rachel or something? Young Emma, that was pretty funny. I'm trying to click on fucking names here and see what else they're in. Misha was pretty hot, bro. And then Blake, that was Misha's girlfriend, boyfriend actually. And then there's no more characters in this movie, so I don't know why we're pretending. Oh, there wasn't the photographer lady I recognized. And I was trying to figure out from what. So if I open a bunch of these, maybe I'll figure out which. Let's just do these ones. Oh my goodness, I love looking through Letterboxd. Yeah, this guy I remember. He's never been in another movie. Jurassic World, I never heard of it. I ain't seen none of these movies. Never seen this guy before in my life. True. She did seem familiar at some point. Licorice Pizza, I haven't seen it. One Battle After Another. She really likes Paul Thomas, whatever. This lady I definitely recognize from something. What was she in? You know, what TV shows or something she was in? I don't know. It's not coming up here. Whatever. I've never seen her before. This girl was clearly like not 14 or whatever they were trying to make her to seem. Oh my god, 2008. Maybe she was. This is crazy. She was in Marriage Story. That's an old-ass movie. I'm trying to do the math here. Was she 11 in that movie? No. Yes. I think I'm doing math correctly. No, that's crazy. This lady was pretty hot, bro. She was in Challenges. That's true. She was the girl, the lawyer girl in Challenges. That's where I recognize this girl from. Shut up. Kill yourself. Fixing the tab. She was in Twin Peaks 100 years ago. No, the new version. So I did recognize this lady. So I'm a genius. In Uncut Gems, she loves these Safi movies, whatever they're called. Now, I don't remember this lady. Now, I don't think this is the lady I was talking about either. Who the fuck is this? Oh, this is the lady in the wheelchair. And I don't think that's the lady I recognized either. So I will never find these things. But that's my hold that piss. Impossible to hold that piss, all right? I got to piss every 30 minutes, okay? I'm going to interrupt this stream to piss soon. 105 runtime. Come on, you got to lock in. No, because it's either no piss and you don't get your epic frozen drink that literally cost $11. It was crazy. And, you know, those are the best frozen drinks there are. So there's no way I'm not getting my frozen drink. So I'm getting the drink. And also I did it was like a 40-minute walk to get to the theater. So I not from my house, but from where I started. So I had a water bottle that I was drinking on the way there. And I only arrived like 10 minutes before the movie started, which was pretty good timing. Though I gotta remember, future note for going to movies, just show up 10 minutes late to avoid the fucking trailers and shit. But I freaking guarantee the one time I don't do that, or I show up late, I'm going to miss the beginning of the movie. And then I'll be in the same conundrum I'm in right now, where I feel like I haven't seen this fucking movie that I saw, because the goddamn decided to piss in the pivotal moments or something. That would be crazy. What would be the craziest got up to piss, and you miss everything twist or something? There's got to be, some movie where there's a big twist, and it's like a normal, happy movie, and then you come back and everybody's fucking dead, bro. And it's like, what did I miss? My goodness. But anyway. And you know what that means? Our next movie will be an old one, which I already have downloaded After Hours and Dangerous Liaison, so it's probably going to be one of those. But, where did fucking April go? We didn't do shit in April. We just watched... Oh, I did go to New Zealand, huh? April, true. A bunch of documentaries. And then Utena, and then the drama. It is crazy. I did say Utena was a 10, so we got to figure out where it ranks. Industry is, is still my favorite thing I watched all year. I love Industry, even though it's going to be number 4 on the rankings. Upsetting, isn't it? Now, that's all that shit. I swear there was something else to talk about that wasn't just silly Utena. What did Alito re-upload? He was keep flexing that his dumb bread video was doing good. Let's see what it's doing. I'm not keeping up with things. I watched my first Naruto episode today, in a long time, so that's very enjoyable. Oh, I also watched the first... I don't know if I said this on stream yet, but I watched the first episode of Baccano back today because we're doing Baccano maybe this weekend. How the fuck did this loser get 20k on a dumb bread video? Nobody cares about bread, Alito. Oh, big harsh down point for... I don't know why he said Cactus Island when he should have said Whiskey Peak. And then everybody would have clicked on this video and known what it was. But Alito, he doesn't know nothing. Oh my god, he got 600 videos on silly Andor. Also, we haven't uploaded anything on secondary ENT since the Naruto video. And honestly, I haven't not even really thought about it, so... I don't know if secondary ENT is dead for real. This fucking pop-up ad remover is annoying. Though it does remove all the ads, so who am I to complain? Ooh. I feel like I'm missing something. It's really irritating me. And, you know, we don't like to be irritated here. But I would like an Utena video or two. But look at these long-ass videos. The Danger of Beautiful Memories. That sounds like the boringest video I've ever heard of. The Digi video could be cool. Introduction to Revolutionary Girl Utena analysis. Let's just watch a bunch and see which ones are the least annoying in the first 5 seconds. Why Revolutionary Girl Utena is beautiful. The penultimate guide. Does anything change? Wow, that's deep, bro. We'll give you a minute. Why Revolutionary Girl Utena is amazing. Oh my god, this is like a meme channel. Normalities. People really make fun of this channel sometimes. So let's open that one. Understanding Utena. Is this the one I watched? Because it has a red bar under it. Whoa, we love this song. Oh my god, battery saver's on. True. Twin Peaks and The Perfect Pilot. Oh my goodness. Maybe one day we'll watch that pilot. Well, Sam watches anime? That's crazy. Sadly, I watch anime too. We got a nice long intro.
Revolutionary Girl Utena is a show with a bit of a reputation.
Utena?
On the surface, it's a fairly standard mid-90s low-budget anime, but after the first season,
Low budget?
things start to get strange, bordering on the surreal, until the show concludes with one of the most...
First of all, the show is magnificent. No show has ever looked better. And when they say low budget, they're not talking about the budget, they're talking about how the visuals are bad or something. And what they probably mean is they repeat frames a lot. Now, this is just... Like, there's no way there's a show that came out in 1997 that, like, looks better than this show. And if you're going to say Berserk, why don't you just fucking swan dive off the roof, you fucking idiots. Now, because Pokemon certainly don't look that good, and that's the biggest franchise of all time. And, you know, did Escaflowne look better than this? It probably did, huh? But that was the year before. So, in 1997, Utena is reigning supreme.
peculiar endings I've ever seen. It can be difficult on a first watch to
Peculiar.
figure out what the show is trying to say. Luckily, that's why I'm here. Hello everyone, I'm Sam, and today I'll be exploring Revolutionary Girl
Thanks,
Utena.
bro.
I'll be offering up some of my interpretations and observations. Fair warning, this video will contain spoilers for the entirety of Revolutionary Girl Utena. Also, these are only my interpretations of the show. This is definitely a series I recommend you watch for yourself.
How can you understand something that is subjective? You ever think
Utena
about
is
that?
at heart.
Ava looks good, true, but you can't compare anything to Neon Genesis Evangelion. It's obviously the greatest anime of all time, and it's just not fair. But good point, Trip. Now, oh my god, appreciating Nadia? That's that other Evangelion. The Prince unfixed from gender. Oh my god, I was like, is this like a fixed video? But true, we don't like genders.
A coming-of-age story. But it isn't very forthcoming with a lot of its messages. So before we talk about Utena, if you don't mind, let's take a step back to English class and talk about allegory.
Whoa, allegory. Now that's when something means something else.
Tom defines allegory as a representation of an abstract or spiritual meaning through concrete or material form. Figurative treatment of one subject
That's freaking what I said.
under the guise of another. It can also simply mean a symbolic narrative. I like to think of allegories as stories with separate, internally consistent layers of interpretation. Whereas most stories operate on the literal layer alone, an allegorical narrative has one literal layer and one or more symbolic layers. These symbolic layers are built by authors when they use elements of their work as symbols that convey a secondary meaning.
Whoa, look at shitty Harry Potter. It sucks. And what was the
These
other
symbolic layers are
example?
built by authors when they use elements of their work as
Paradise Lost is mostly symbolic. That's like the Bible.
symbols that convey a secondary meaning. Moving on to Utena. Why do I suggest that Utena is an allegory? The answer is pretty simple.
Also, remember, I maintain the position that Revolutionary Girl Utena is obviously extremely literal.
The show uses bizarre imagery that adds almost nothing to our literal understanding, but is nevertheless consistent. These symbols might not be obvious at first, the swords, rings, flowers, etc., and I wouldn't fault you for failing to pick up on the whole symbolic meaning of these items on a first viewing. But during the second and third seasons, this imagery becomes much weirder, like the butterfly in Mikage's elevator, or Akio's car in Planetarium, and it doesn't really mesh with what's happening on screen at all.
Wait, the car's in the planetarium?
Butterfly in Mikage's elevator, or
Now, this is obviously like metamorphosis and changing.
Akio's car in Planetarium, and it doesn't really mesh with what's happening on screen at all.
That makes sense for why it's like going in a circle, seemingly. But I like the idea that they're out on the road, so I don't like this at all.
This is a strong indicator that these images have symbolic meaning, and that the show is asking us to identify what that meaning is. Swords and rings are literally swords and rings, but they represent other things too.
I think a more fleshed out position would just be like, everything is like the shadow thing, where it's just like reinforcing what's literally going on, but it's using symbols because that's like neat visual flair. And I feel like a lot of these videos are going to be like, well, it actually means something else. But we'll see.
By hitting us over the head with the weird stuff at the end, we're encouraged to go back and contemplate the significance of the more routine stuff. Utena's lack of a budget helps us immensely here. When creating with less resources, every part of
So, these fucking finger poking things, there's never been anything cooler in an anime.
a story needs to do more to justify its inclusion. Given the need to be deliberate due to resource limitation, it's safe to assume that most of Utena is put together intentionally, and that the show has several layers of allegorical meaning. Each scene is meaningful as well as functional. This doesn't mean that every scene is meant to be some kind of statement on its own, merely that the creative team chose to include the scenes that are present in the final version for a reason.
Oh, it would be such a good tweet if a bunch of people were arguing about some pretentious Utena stuff, and he said, this is literally the anime, and then insert a choo-choo gag, and it'll be like, we'll all laugh at all these idiots taking it so seriously.
Creative intent is not the end-all be-all of criticism, but
Wait, can I do the Nanami laugh? I can't even figure it out. I can't even remember it in my head properly. But what I just did wasn't it.
when it's on display, criticism does become much easier. A disclaimer before we move on. I'm focusing on how adolescence is portrayed in Utena, which is a work of fiction.
Whoa, that's like the movie's name, Adolescence.
Actual clinical psychology of adolescence is something I cannot meaningfully speak to. That said, in fiction, adolescence is commonly depicted in one of two modes. Either it is constructive, or it is destructive.
Whoa.
Constructive portrayals of adolescence depicted as a process of layering new experiences and emotions on top of the foundations that make up identity. The boundary between childhood and adulthood is demarcated by how much knowledge someone possesses. To put it another way, an adult is someone who knows how to be an adult. This is the period in our lives when we first start building our identities using the raw material we have been given. Many constructive portrayals of adolescence stress the significance and value of education and educational institutions. After all, knowledge is the thing separating children and adults, and schools are where children acquire both practical knowledge and interpersonal skills. Destructive portrayals of adolescence, like Utena, on the other hand, frame it as an act of, well, destruction and replacement. Your identity as an adult cannot coexist with your identity as a child, because your childhood identity is built upon too many false notions and misunderstandings for it to remain functional in the real world. Entering the adult world with a childlike mindset is at best naive and at worst totally self-destructive. To paraphrase Hermann Hesse's 1919 novel Damien, a work that Utena is heavily inspired by, the world is divided into two parts.
Heavily?
The world of children and the world of adults. The world of children is lighthearted and peaceful, whereas the world of adults is painful and dangerous. Adolescence starts with the painful realization that we must leave the first to join the second. It is the period of our lives when we must cast off the delusions and beliefs that are incompatible with the incontrovertible truths of the grown-up world. This understanding suggests that adolescence is a deeply personal and individualized process. However, we have little choice as to when our adolescence begins. Once a child realizes that they can't stay a child forever, or they begin to participate in adult society, or they get dragged into the adult world through trauma, they are forced to essentially adapt psychologically or die.
True, it's like growing up or something. Bro, I freaking love these scenes.
This dialogue is almost a direct quote from Damien. The original, keep in mind that this is translated from German, goes kind of like this. The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. The bird flies to God. That God's name is Abraxas.
Bro, this is kind of like the Utena thing. That's crazy. Who would be born must first destroy a world. Whoa, the egg, you get it? The bird flies to God because it flies up in the sky and stuff. That's God name is Abraxas. I don't know anything about Abraxas, but he's not a cool guy.
We'll come back to this in a bit, but I wasn't surprised to see that Utena explicitly references Damien. The works are very similar overall. Both deal with questions of reality versus fantasy, self-actualization, the destructive power of institutions, and the value of introspection in navigating the stormy waters of adolescence. Fun piece of trivia. Even though the Abraxas mentioned in Hesse's writing does not exist in the story of Utena, it is referenced in the title of a song on the soundtrack. If you don't like the terms constructive or destructive, you could also visualize this distinction as evolutionary versus revolutionary depictions of adolescence. The gradual
Whoa. And you know what Utena is? A revolutionary girl.
of small changes or sudden drastic change. Consider the title, Revolutionary Girl Utena. What does being a revolutionary girl actually mean? Intuitively, it means being a girl who...
Whoa. Everybody hold the fucking phone. Sorry, you know how the show's called Revolutionary Girl Utena? What are they doing right now? They're going into circles, and that's like a revelation?
Revolutionary
No,
girl
that's
Utena.
fucking crazy,
What does
bro.
being
I ain't never thought about that.
a revolutionary girl actually mean? Intuitively, it means being a girl who causes or supports a revolution. But that's just kicking the can one step further. What type of revolution or revolutions does Utena cause? Revolution has a few common definitions. Sudden political change, sometimes by force, at the expense of an established authority. Pervasive social change, often coupled with the creation of new social norms. Think the sexual revolution of the 60s. Or, if we're willing to broaden our horizons a bit and look at mechanical definitions, a revolution can refer to one rotation or completion of a cycle and the return to an original point.
Bro, they were just going in a circle.
I would suggest that Utena actually causes all of these different types of revolution to occur. So, in some sense, she
It's like they apply the theme in a bunch of different ways.
is paradigmatic of what it means to be a revolutionary girl. She functionally ousted not only the student council, but also the Mikage seminar, and even directly contested Akio himself. She did not destroy the institution, but through her sacrifice, she liberated many of the other characters, Anthy, the student council, and the Black Rose duelist, from being controlled and exploited by Akio. This is a fundamental change in the power dynamics of the school, at least insofar as they relate to the characters we see in the show. In terms of social revolution, we can't really talk about Utena without discussing how Utena herself challenges traditional gender roles.
It is probably an important thematic thing. Not really what he's saying, because I sort of know where he's going with all this, but the, Akio is doing everything, right? And Akio is the prince, so the revolution is against the prince. So it is like a, getting over her initial faith in a prince or whatever. That's true, bro. That's, like, true. Can I fucking click that
Sexual
fucking
norms.
thing? Also, Trip, if you're still here, you know, our stream's only got like 10 minutes, so I hope you think it very hard.
Instead of being the helpless princess eternally being rescued, she was so inspired by the nobility of her prince that she wanted to emulate his heroism. She possesses strong features, is athletic, wears boys' clothes, exhibits some degree of dominance over
I
the
wasn't
nobility, a
listening.
fundamental change in the power dynamics of the school, at least insofar as they relate to the characters we see in the show. In terms of social revolution, we can't really talk about Utena without discussing how Utena herself challenges traditional gender roles and sexual norms. Instead of being the helpless princess eternally being rescued, she was so inspired by the nobility of her prince that she wanted to emulate his heroism. She possesses strong features, is athletic, wears boys' clothes, exhibits some degree of dominance over Anthy and Wakaba, and respects what I can only refer to as traditional chivalry. I'm going to avoid making any explicit statements about Utena's sexual orientation because honestly I don't think it's 100% clear. There is a case to be made for Utena being homosexual, of course, but she may also be bisexual or heterosexual, and all of these cases can be well supported depending on how you read the text. What cannot be questioned, though, is that
True.
Utena finds value in several aspects of traditional masculinity as well as traditional femininity. What's more, I feel classifying Utena into some sort of sexual orientation or gender category is doing the show a disservice when the real message to take away is that the character is powerful because she's self-determined, not because of some intrinsic quality she possesses. Her appearance, actions, and demeanor are not defined by her sex or her gender, but rather are expressions of her unique personality. This flies in the face of what Japanese society still largely expects out of adult women.
That damn Japan.
Utena also perpetuates cycles. The show is bookended with the beginning and end of a single cycle. It opens
It is funny because she is the like Goku Luffy-esque type of like socially unconscious character. And it's cute, it's fun to watch. Trip is still thinking. But it's funny because probably in a lot of these discussions it is probably applied to a lot of social issues that is probably annoying and wrong. But
with
we'll
Utena being
see.
given a ring, and ends with Akio preparing to issue more rings and create more duelists. The 3 sections themselves are cyclical.
true.
They have 7 official duels each, and proceed through each opponent in turn. Once the series of opponents is finished, the sequence starts over from the beginning. The actual sequence itself proceeds generally from green, Saionji, to blue, Miki, orange, Juri, yellow, Nanami, and finally red, Toga, each season. But never exactly, so I don't want to hang too much on that. If no one makes it to the end, the procession repeats itself from the beginning. Duels all have names, as we learned from Akio in the recap at the end of the Student Council arc, with the name
That's
of the final
true.
duel being Revolution. This too has a double meaning. Either the ritual is completed and Akio can revolutionize the world, or the ritual fails and the process must be repeated. The revolution of the cycle completes. Let's look again at
Bro, revolution like a
the saying that the
cycle?
Student Council repeats all the time, the one from Damien.
卵の殻を破らねばヒナ鳥は生まれずに死んでいく我らがヒナ卵は世界世界の殻を破らねば我らは生まれずに死んでいく世界の殻を破壊せよ
Whoa, and Utena like died without being born as an adult.
Understanding how Utena relates to adolescence requires unpacking the various meanings from this little mantra. If anything, it is a more direct and clear statement of the ideas than the original quote from Damien. It deals with identity in the self, and insists that the we the characters wish to become is incompatible with the world as it is now, necessitating that the world be destroyed in a manner of speaking. This is consistent with depictions of adolescence as a fundamentally destructive process. This aphorism is repeated frequently. Whenever the Student Council meets to discuss the duels, they always preface their meeting with it. Why?
I mean, for like the first 12 episodes they do.
I would like to suggest that it is being repeated ritualistically. Being a duelist comes with certain norms, and repeating the saying before talking about the duels may be one of them. It primes the duelist to consider what they're fighting for, and in metaphorical terms, frames their struggle to obtain the power to revolutionize the world as a struggle of life and death. We know, however, that End of the World, Akio, has no intention of surrendering that power to the duelists. Further, the duels themselves, and therefore all of the ritual and magic and fantasy attached to them, are actually a fabrication, a collection of illusions created by Akio. Really, the duels are designed to prepare an individual for sacrifice, and are more of a checklist or test rather than a legitimate contest. So, we see that what End of the World wants is a collection of individuals capable of dueling who will follow his established plan. To make that so, he needs the members of the Student Council to be reliant upon him, to think they are unable to smash the world's shell without help from End of the World. He has associated the act of changing the world with the rituals of dueling. This may be why the duelists all have some sort of intractable psychological problem, but that last bit is just speculation. The connection between ritual and authority is reinforced if we look at the transformation sequence that plays before each duel.
We freaking love this song.
The music, the flair, and the ceremony makes the duel seem important. Again, it is a ritual that serves to obfuscate Akio's involvement. Further, we can consider the forest where the duels take place. The forest is forbidden except for the duels. End of the World doesn't want the duelist to see behind the curtain and risk breaking the illusion, lest they realize that the duels aren't magical and that they're really just going through the motions.
There was something in there that was half interesting. It was the... It had something to do with Akio. But
He has planned for them.
I should
In
have
actuality,
paused it
the
earlier.
members of the student council could have smashed their individual shells at any time. It just took the wake-up call of losing to Utena for each member to realize it.
Oh, it was something about that. It was like none of the student councilors can graduate because they're being tricked by Akio or something.
They learned that the power to smash the world's shell, the power to make oneself compatible with the adult world, is really a power of introspection and reflection, not a power that is granted to them by some external authority or some sort of special magical force. To put it another way, if the Demian poem is about dispelling false beliefs and taking control of one's life, then the belief they all hold, that End of the World will provide them with the power to revolutionize the world, is itself a false belief that needs to be dispelled, and End of the World has taken control of their lives without telling them. Instead of putting them in control, and into the adult world, they have merely been moved from the world of childhood where they had no control anyway, to some sort of in-between world where they only have the illusion of control. Following the final duels, they abandon the rituals completely and converse with each other frankly and directly. They behave in a manner befitting adults, and they are all willing to change themselves so they can continue to grow. This
Oh my
indicates to
goodness, this is the exact opposite of what Elite said.
me that Utena is a series interested in questioning the relationship between individuals and authority, especially during adolescence. Given the painful and confusing nature of adolescence, individuals are highly prone to manipulation and coercion. Teenagers make bad decisions, and we need to hold authority figures to a higher standard if they attempt to take advantage of teenagers during this time. Further, authority has no business shepherding teens through this process either. A one-size-fits-all collection of rituals will not successfully guide anyone struggling with their newfound identity into the world of adulthood. The two main triggers for the beginning of adolescence, sexual awakening and the recognition of one's own mortality, are not exactly issues that institutions and authority figures are well-equipped to handle, and how we choose to cope with those issues is unique to each of us. What we see at Atori Academy, then, is an institution that is not trying to help its students at all. It preys upon their dysfunction so that they may perform some role for the already established authority. I don't want to make the jump and say that Utena is condemning school in general, but I do think that Utena is suggesting that the pressure to complete a higher education and the fact that completing your education is tied directly to self-worth in
Bro, don't go to college.
modern
It's
society,
crazy.
thanks to a collection of rituals, does to some extent hinder the ability of students to do the introspection needed to cope with the significant psychological issues that occur during adolescence. But these are just my thoughts. If you've stuck with me this long, I want to give you my sincere thanks for watching. Utena is one of my favorite shows ever, and I've been eager to get my thoughts down on
There wasn't a very strong conclusion there. It was just kind of like
paper, well, down on video.
the egg and the
For a
rotation
while now.
thing.
If you agree with me,
And
disagree
guess what? The egg and cracking the egg was growing up.
with me, or just want to talk about how your day is going, feel free to leave a comment.
Oh,
If
what
you
a
enjoyed the
nice
video,
guy.
please consider leaving a like since it helps me know what kind of content I should make. I have other videos, even though I update slowly, so I hope you decide to subscribe.
Now, we don't have time to watch any other video, and time's running out, Trip. My goodness gracious me. But I would like to hear like the beginnings of these ones to just see if they're immediately annoying or not. Revolutionary Girl Utena shouldn't be pinned down to one interpretation. This is what Elite said in our discussion. He's like, everybody in the Utena fandom is very high on not insulting each other's interpretation. So, you know, we're just such a respectful community here over with Revolutionary Girl Utena. Get to the speaking part.
Superstition and fairy tales.
Oh my god, look at this set
All
design.
predicated by myth, superstition, and fairy tales. Thousands of
Dramatic
years of human history
reading.
stretch behind us, rich with tapestries of gods, traditions, cultures, and rules. Rules about how the cosmos work, what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, the meaning of destiny, the meaning of birth.
Let's just...
Souls.
Oh my
Above all
god.
else, reality. Many myths are made out of myths. And often
Oh my
the
god, it's a
world
different
before the
voice
myth essentially-
now?
So it is.
While we might not all agree that it is the singular essential human activity, O'Brien's claim that we use stories to make it through life, especially when life gets hard.
Oh my god, we're talking a lot of meta stuff about stories. My goodness. Re-upload.
If it cannot run the wheel or the orbit of celestial bodies, then merely the repetition of a cycle destined to end in the same place.
Oh, we're talking about revolutions here. That's crazy.
Every day when you wake up and you choose
This is
to get
the
out
famous YouTuber.
of bed, you are engaging in a battle you must fight.
6 years ago.
That battle may be with
Wow, 2020 January 2. Didn't know what was to come, did we? My
yourself,
goodness.
your peers, or even the world. But it is
Ranking
a battle
every
we must all act
WrestleMania
in.
with
Some
memes.
days you'll lose, some days
I want to watch another meme video about WrestleMania. That's been the real theme of today's stream. So let's just end it off on that one. I nominate City the Animation. It's a silly little show. Now, are you aware of the fact that I've already watched one episode of City the Animation? Though I am not opposed to putting it on here. But I also did already have intention to go back and watch it. But I've also had intention to do that for like the last 6 months and haven't done it. And would be forced to do it if it was to arrive on the wheel. So with this... armed with this knowledge, Trip, do you still want to lock in City the Animation? The answer can still be yes. I know that's a bad sign. Oh my goodness. I liked that first episode. What a wonderful art style it had. But, you know, I just got distracted or something. But, you know, I'm not making the decisions here. So let me just put in brackets, you know, we always put the person who's responsible for certain things in brackets. So we have Trippier, and then we'll just wait and see what the confirmation will be. Oh my god, we can update the wheel, and then we can, oh my god, it just says Trippier, that's crazy. Just gonna pick you, that's crazy. Oh my god, do we have to shuffle it a few times after we get ready? Alright, I'm looking at WrestleManias. I love me.
To be honest,
True. WrestleMania 1 was meh. I've never watched all of WrestleMania 1. I'm pretty sure I've watched all of WrestleMania 2, though. It was not very good. I've never actually watched all of WrestleMania 3. I have seen the 2 principal matches, though.
What do you think, Larry?
Have I seen any of WrestleMania 4? I've definitely seen the finish to the main event.
What do you mean,
It was pretty Well, we like the macho, the powers exploding. True, people do like that one. Really I actually think I've never seen anything. Well, I've seen footage, but I haven't actually sat down and watched anything from WrestleMania 6. 7, I think I've watched in full.
That's really impressive. Whoa, just...
Especially the retirement match.
Bravo.
I like it, but not
I've seen all of this one, too, I'm pretty sure.
I don't like it.
That was funny. He liked it and then didn't like it. That's pretty true. WrestleMania 9's not that bad. I've seen all of that one. People really don't like that one, though. WrestleMania 10, I've seen a bunch of it. Obviously, I've seen the ladder match. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. But I think everything from here, I've seen the whole thing.
Go with you first.
No, I haven't seen WrestleMania 2000, the whole thing, I don't think.
I think it's incredibly easy. I think you can court all
True. This one's okay. People don't like this one, though.
that nonsense if you want.
12. I don't know if we should all be standing and clapping. Oh my god, let me look at chat for a second. Put it on, it's still worth it. It's short, too. It's a breeze. True, it's like 10 episodes or 12 episodes or something. But Trip is sitting here pretty with City the Animation. Update wheel. So I gotta remind myself to, like, I'll tweet at CeeLo Pilt or something to tell him to get me a fucking nomination. And then we gotta find 2 other people.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
WrestleMania 13's not good. Well, this is probably just because of the top match.
Talking about.
Nice. Nice.
Now this one's like one of the best ones.
Made me happy, made me smile. Nice.
Nice.
That WrestleMania 15 is not good at all.
It's pretty cool, I guess.
People don't like 20. This is the one people think is the best one. Now 19 better be better.
Oh, yeah, baby.
True. WrestleMania 20 is like my favorite one, I'm pretty sure. Why is these are some weird images. This is like Triple H from like 10 years later. This one is one of the best ones too.
Oh, that's that good shit.
We love Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I like this one.
Oh, good. Why, that's very good. Yes, I like that.
Oh my goodness, the rest of the car. Oh wait, which one?
Why, that's very good.
True,
Yes,
that's kind of
like
true,
that.
I guess. Pretty true. Now the next one better be a good one. There are some great matches here, Edge, and some bad ones. Chavo versus Kane. That match was like 10 seconds long. How could it be bad? We all know the best match here was Ric Flair. My goodness, we love it. True.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the rest of this, you know. It's pretty, you know, we got all the ones we wanted to see, and I just got the second battery warning. So who am I to judge these such things? Well, we must kiss this evening and be gone. Oh, I'm stretching. This Madman video, you know, if I really tried, I could get it out tonight. But yeah, also that raw audio was 16 minutes when it probably should have been 12 minutes because it wasn't a very good recording session. So it'll probably come out tomorrow. So that's unfortunate, everybody. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. It's unfortunate. Anyway, I'm going to stop streaming now. When I just click this button, it's going to be all over. And then this stream will never happen again.